Hello, boyos!
Hello, boyos.
This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is video games. This week we are talking about Microsoft increasing their price for Xbox Live Gold, and then subsequently reversing that action. We're talking about how Valve is planning on making more games. We're talking about Blizzard and some other shit. I'm Jake. That's Nick. How you doing, Nick?
You know, I've got the Rona, but I'm doing all right.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have the Rona.
All things considered, yeah. But
How you feeling?
tired, really
Yeah?
tired. That's probably the biggest one. Is really tired all the time. I just want to sleep.
That sucks.
Anyway,
Does anyone else have it? Is everyone else good? You all good over there?
we're all good. We all have it, but we're all good.
That's good. I'm glad everyone's good. It's important.
Yeah.
So you've probably had.
now I don't have to get the shot, right? That's
No,
what they say.
I think you still need to get the shot.
Damn it! They're gonna put a microchip in my ass.
So you've probably had a lot of free time. So what you been playing? What you been playing in your free time, friend?
Oh, you know, I've been playing every single Hitman. By that I mean the final 3 that have come out.
The like numbered ones.
Yeah, the numbered ones. The one after
Absolution?
Absolution? Yeah.
I think it was
When they
Absolution.
rebooted the whole thing, and yeah. So I went through, and I'll give my quick reviews of each of them.
Yeah.
I went through.
You beat all of them.
Beat all of them. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Since Wednesday. Man, it took me about 22 hours, I want to say.
Holy shit.
Let's see. The first one is really good. Probably my favorite. It's close to my favorite of the 3. So the first one, it has a really intriguing story. The way that they kind of set it up, and they lead into this really good story about like the shadow agent and these 2 warring factions for power or whatever, and you're just kind of stuck in the middle trying to figure out what is the lesser of 2 evils. But what stood out to me in the first one is the cutscene animations were gorgeous. They were thoughtful and stressful and emotion. You could feel the emotion in the scenes. I really enjoyed that. How like the maps were pretty good. They weren't the best, but they're pretty good. So I'm like, man, that was really good. How they ended that, and it was kind of scary the way they ended it. Left it on kind of like a cliffhanger. And then I started the second one, and they took all of the cutscenes out. And it's instead of animated cutscenes, they are animated photos. So it's a picture or an artwork, and the camera just pans around the people or whatever. And I'm like, wow, this got really fucking lame. It got really dumb, and I don't care about the story anymore, even though it has some of the bigger hits of the series in it. I think that was the weakest of the 3. Was the second one. And then I got to the third one, and they put the cutscenes back in, but they don't look nearly as good as the first one, which is very surprising to me. But also, the third one has the best maps in the entire series, by far. So a quick review, I kind of gave the first one a 7, the second one a 6, and the third one a 7. And then the story just kind of falls flat at the end of the third one for me. Like, I got to the end, I did the thing, and it was just like, now is your moment. The moment you've been waiting for since the end of this first game, and you're like, now I get to do the thing. Oh, that's it. Okay, game over. Like, oh, okay. Well, sure. And I understand, like, Hitman isn't really a story-driven game, even though the first one was such a story-driven. It felt like 007, where you have, like, double agents and stuff like that, and, like, dark dealings that you don't really know about, but people are involved and somebody's connected to somebody in some way, and you don't know how it is until later, and it sets it up really well for like a 007 sort of movie almost, and then it just doesn't deliver on the next two, and
Yeah.
it fell flat for me. The gameplay's really good though, gotta say. But playing through all of these, I kind of wish instead I bought what is that game called? The Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Wish I bought
Yeah.
that instead.
You still can. You're still allowed to. That is
But
something
now-
you're allowed to do.
Right
In
now we're
fact.
a week away from February, which means the free games for PlayStation Plus are coming out. in
Right.
a week.
I hear one of them is Horizon. So
Is
like,
it?
maybe
Zero
that's
Dawn?
maybe that's your chance.
Maybe.
Maybe it's your chance to finally play that game. But I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know if that's substantiated or not. I've also been playing Hitman. I didn't play through the whole series though. I just bought the third one. Nick happened to get it on sale, and I just refused to spend $180 on a game.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
I really want to play the other two.
I honestly missed out on a DLC that I didn't know wasn't included, and I'm like, okay, so what maps am I missing? And it's like, you're missing 2 maps and 2 sniping maps, and I'm like, okay, well, how much is this? Like $20? It's $40.
Yeah.
It's like $40 for a cutout story, and that's also why I gave the second one a lower rating, because it didn't include everything in the story. And jumping from the second one to the third one was kind of like, it's kind of awkward. There's just something missing.
So playing through the third one myself, like, I like it a lot. And I like it strictly for the gameplay. I could give a shit less about what's going on in the story. And that, that could be chalked up to me not playing the other one, so I don't even really know what's happening in the story. Apparently there's some dudes that I'm not supposed to like because you worked with them in the other games. But like, to me, what's great about the game is that you can kind of, like, if you're imaginative enough, you can kind of create your own scenarios. You know what I mean? And play it that way. And like, the way the maps are laid out, they're so large and vast, and the AI is so they just do. It's not like in the old Splinter Cell games where a dude walked back and forth. There's a little bit of that, but like, people are on like actual paths where they like they'll switch it up after a while, and they'll like go to different places and go hang out in different areas, and like the map will change substantially depending on how you interact with the map.
Yeah.
So to me, like, that's the best part of the game, is just fucking around and like doing whatever you want. And like, there are like story missions which are fun. Like, the story, you can find story missions within the map and like do it at different ways that they have it pre-planned for you. But like, to me, the most fun way to like take out someone is to just figure it out, which takes a lot longer. But like, it's just so fun to just sneak around and just, oh shit, I shot someone, you have to hide and like take someone out. That's the fun part. To me, when the cutscenes start, I'm like, I don't even care. I don't even want this in here. There's one map in the third one I'm sure you know about, where you have to like sneak into this lab, and
the underground lab.
Yeah.
They're
and
all
you
underground. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Every Hitman level has an underground lab of some sort, because
Okay. Well, there's one. Well, this is like the pivotal moment in the game. I haven't quite beat the game. I think I have 2 missions left.
I know what you're talking about. You're
But
in,
yeah, you
China.
Yeah, I think so. And you have to upload.
I know what you're talking about.
You're like exposing the bad people or whatever, and it took me out of the game so hard, because like, especially since I died right after that, and I had to redo the upload sequence, and you couldn't skip it, and it's just like, god damn, like, I just don't care.
Because do you realize that you couldn't skip it because you have to press X in 2 or 3 spots? of the
Yeah.
cutscene.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh, if only I could skip this, because the same thing happened to me. It was like, oh, you can't go this way because it's on fire, and I'm like, I set that exit up for this occasion, and now you've set it on fire, so now I have to go and kill a whole bunch of people.
Well, you don't have to. It has that moment in the game has a very particular way it wants you to go.
Yeah,
And
I
like
don't like that.
I don't either. I don't either. So like every time that happens where it's like it has a particular way it wants you to go, I don't like that. I like it when it gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. But it's good that it has the other options too. So then that's the thing about these Hitman games. And I never gave them a fair shake in the past. I've never really played them. But the thing about them is like they just have endless replayability to just do it a bunch of different times, do it as quick as possible, try to get all the achievements and stuff. Like there's challenges and stuff. Yeah, I think there's endless possibilities. I think like a 7, 5, and 8 is like a solid score for that game because it's really solid and it's like not a big publisher either. You know, like it's IO Interactive used to be with Ubisoft and they went off solo, and Ubisoft surprisingly was nice enough to just be like, yeah, you can have that franchise. It's not doing anything for us. So
that's true.
yeah.
And now you're getting the 007 game, so which is cool.
For real, they are? I didn't know about that.
That's the next thing is a 007 game of some sort.
Oh, that's so sick. Yeah. That's so sick.
Yeah, I just saw a video online of a guy who apparently the map has only a finite amount of people, and people won't like respawn.
Right.
So what he ended up doing is he took out every single guard on the map, and then he just walked around with like a knife or something and killed every single person on the map. And so he just left. It was like, wow, that is. I kind of want to do that because it's just.
Yeah, I do too.
It's so fun just to be like, well, nobody can get me now. And just take everybody out. Yeah,
it's a good game.
I saw that and made me laugh.
Yeah, it's a good game with endless possibilities. I really like it. I've also been playing Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft. Yeah, on purpose. I haven't played Minecraft since high school, which for me was like almost 10 years ago. So like it's been a minute since I've put in the Minecraft grind. And a bunch of my streamer friends are they set up a server and we're all just yucking it up over on the server. And dude, Minecraft, it's such a good time. It's so relaxing and just so much fun. Like it really is just a timeless game. With like much like Hitman, endless possibilities, like it's just
I guess.
I love Minecraft. It's great. We as a gamer public, as a gamer society, as the mayor of Gamertown, that's me. Oh. I am the mayor of Gamertown, okay? As the mayor of Gamertown, we should stop shitting on Minecraft so much. It's a great game. Like, why do we shit on Minecraft so much?
It's a great learning tool.
Is it just because of like the culture of Minecraft, or because Minecraft is primarily kids? Like, is that why we shit on Minecraft, or what? We don't shit on Legos. We don't shit on Legos. That's what Minecraft is. It's Legos. No one would shit on me if I said I was building a Lego thing. I'd be like, oh, that's neat.
But then they'd go, what are you going to do with it? And then you're going to say,
I'm going to display it in my Minecraft server. That's what I'll do with my Lego set.
See, I think it's cool once you have like a community.
Yeah.
But if you're just playing by yourself, it kind of gets old.
I agree. The community aspect really boosts it.
You kind of build that one thing that you've been trying to work towards, and then it's just like, hey, look at my thing that I built. Nobody, because I don't have any friends. But you have to kind of like have a community that like, builds with you, I guess. So I agree. That you can like check out my accomplishment. Everybody goes, whoa, that's cool. And then it kind of stays in that server, and everybody builds around it or whatever.
And then you blow it up.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
Well, the other cool thing with Minecraft is like when you get bored of the base game, you can start installing mods and stuff. And there's like endless mods for Minecraft, and Microsoft has been surprisingly cool about it. Just like, yeah, go ahead. We don't care. Use mods. We don't give a shit. Yeah, because everyone just keeps playing the game, so why not? Anyway, let's get into the news, shall we? Do you have your kalimba?
I don't.
Fuck. I'll do it with my mouth. Bring, bring. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
We're in the news.
That's the news.
This comes from Tom Warren at The Verge. And this will be updated, but I'm just gonna read this like it happened. All right. Microsoft.
It did happen. Though.
Yeah.
Like a couple hours.
True. Okay. Microsoft is increasing the price of Xbox Live Gold. Microsoft. That's the title, and then I'll read it again. It's the story. Microsoft is increasing the prices of its Xbox Live Gold subscriptions soon. The software giant has started notifying its existing Xbox Live Gold members of the change in certain markets, and it will see the price rise by $1 to $10.99 per month in the US, and $5 for and an increase of $5 for a 3-month membership. 12-month and 6-month pricing is also going up, but the increase won't affect existing subscribers here. 3 months will now be priced at $29.99, with 6 months at $59.99. Microsoft is also allowing Xbox Live Gold members to convert their remaining Gold time into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, up to 36 months. The conversion means if you have 11 months of Xbox Live Gold left on your account, you can upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and convert it into 11 months of Ultimate with no extra costs. Unless you subscribe to Xbox Live Gold, this does mean the price of the service is moving from $60 a year to $100 or $120 a year. Microsoft quietly removed its 12-month option last year, which used to be priced at $60. Yeah, so needless to say, everyone was outraged about this. Because what are you doing? What is happening?
I'm trying to find better. I'm just a fucking ghost over here. I can't fix it. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, needless to say, though, everyone was upset about this, and like we've been paying $60 a year for years, and honestly, I think it's ridiculous that we have to spend $60 a year to play online games. Like, and this is what everyone was saying, right? Like, why would I pay $120 a year on Xbox when I can just go to PC and play for free? Yeah. And, which is a great point. You're making me pay to use my internet. Like, that's what you're doing, and it's ridiculous.
Right. You know what I was thinking while you were reading that, though, was like, I wonder how many people, because it's like this won't affect existing members of Xbox Gold. I wonder how many people went out that day and like restocked their subscription for like 5 years.
Maybe.
Maybe that was their play on this one.
Well, you know what I think their play is? Because how much is it for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate?
It's about $120. I think it's like 140.
So I think their game plan is we're going to get rid of Xbox Live Gold and we're just going to have Xbox Ultimate. Yeah. The Game Pass Ultimate, rather. That's their move, obviously. Like, that's what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that'll happen within the next year. But I think the move for that is to just
get rid of it.
Yeah, just get rid of Gold.
Yeah.
You could still have like the Ultimate version of Game Pass, which includes like a Gold membership, which gives you discounts and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, as far as like playing online, just get rid of it. Like,
there's no reason.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there is. So then right after this came from Twitter. Xbox then revised this notion, along with no longer requiring free-to-play games to use Gold. Today was not great. We always try to do our best for you, and today we missed the mark. We hear you, and we're revising our Xbox Live Gold pricing updates. That came straight from the Xbox Twitter account. Yeah, it's just a bad PR move that they tried to reverse, but I don't think people will like forget about this. People tend to not forget about you trying to charge them more, because ultimately, yeah, you're on doing it right now, but what's going to happen in 6 months when you're just going to have that $120 option?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a poor move.
It is a poor move. They also, which I think kind of went under the radar, was that second part was they no longer are requiring the free to play games to acquire gold to play online.
I didn't know that was a thing anyway.
I didn't know that either, and I know like PlayStation has had that. Like if you have like Apex or Rocket League or something like that, installed, you can play that without PlayStation Plus. I believe.
The first big one I remember was DC Universe Online.
Yeah,
yeah. Where
it's
you didn't
okay,
need...
well,
yeah.
I can't afford PlayStation Plus this month, so I'm just gonna play DC Universe Online.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we were all pissed when we all had to start paying on PlayStation, because that was the big selling point for PlayStation for a long time. Was
that's why I moved over.
They had PlayStation Plus, which was exactly what I was saying about that. What they should do with the Gold membership, where it was just deals and stuff like that, free games. But you could play online for free, and then when the PS4 came out, they changed that.
Yeah, because you could play online for free, but in order to get the free games, you had to pay for PlayStation Plus.
Right.
And that was the only benefit of getting PlayStation Plus. Was
and discounts plus discounts.
Discounts and like exclusive like little avatars and themes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then thinking back on it, like Xbox 360, what was the reason we were paying for Xbox Live?
Yeah, we didn't get free games.
We didn't get anything. We got
to play online. That's what we got.
We got to play Halo with the buds online.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah, it's insane. The more I think about it, the more baffled I am. Just like,
it was fine back then, but now it's not fine. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like we were idiots when we were kids.
I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, what? I'm worried that they're gonna start implementing this shit over on PC. Like, this is gonna be a thing soon. Like, they're gonna bring, like, if you want to play online through our service, you're gonna have to pay money, even on PC. Like, I could see that happening through the Xbox app or something.
I'd hate that shit.
I would too. I'd be fucking pissed. But you know what would happen? We'd all fucking do it. And if Valve did that, oh god, like we'd be fucked.
Fuck it. Okay, I don't know. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'd stop gaming at that point. Be like, I'm gonna fish. This is gonna be my new thing. Is
my new hobby is fishing,
and we'll have a fishing podcast on the Loner Cast. That's
the Loner Fish Cast. That's what we'll call it.
The Loner Casting.
Yeah. I do think ultimately, though, this is them just trying to double down on Game Pass, and they just want everyone to have Game Pass, which, fair enough. Everyone should have Game Pass. It's amazing. But
it's really good.
But, I don't know. This isn't the right move.
See, if you like WoW, you shouldn't get Game Pass. But if you don't like WoW, you should get Game Pass, because they're both $15 a month, right? So you gotta like really weigh your options. It's like,
well, Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month, right? Game Pass by itself is what, $10?
I don't know. I haven't had it in a while because nobody wants to play online anymore. Also, I don't have my computer, so
I have Game Pass. What are you talking about? I've been begging you to fucking play Tetris with me forever.
Yeah, but I don't have my computer on me. I guess I could play it on here though.
We should do it right now.
We should do that right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
Fuck the show. That's been the show. We're gonna go play some Tetris. See you guys.
Play some Tetris. We'll be streaming it, so join us over there.
Well, speaking of PC
Valve.
gaming.
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of PC gaming,
Uh-huh.
Gabe Newell says Valve has multiple games in development and, quote, wants to do more single player. Where does this come from, Nick?
I think it's come from like one news or something like that. Yeah, one news, like the number one news.
Okay. Newell, who has been living and working in New Zealand since early 2020, suggested the Washington, U.S.-based company had been energized by its experience making VR title Half-Life Alyx, which released last March. We definitely have games in development that we're going to be announcing. It's fun to ship games, he told One News. Alyx was great to be back. Alyx was great to be back doing single player games. That created a lot of momentum inside of the company to do more of that. However, Newell refused to be drawn on the subject of new Half-Life and Portal games when questioned about potential sequels. Quote, I've successfully not spoken about these things for a long time, and I hope to continue not to talk about them until they are moot questions, he said. Then we'll move on to a new set of questions. The nice thing is, by not answering those questions, I avoid the community coming up with new, equally difficult to answer questions.
That's funny. I added that in there because I'm like, that is just so stupid. It's
That's
like,
funny.
I will not answer questions about Half-Life or Portal or Left 4 Dead, because then somebody's going to bring up some questions that I just don't know how to answer, and I don't want to. So I'm just not going to answer any questions about those things.
Well, I think what he's saying is like, God, it sucks. It sucks that everyone keeps asking me about this shit. But
Yeah.
it is nice that they ask me about this and not about like, hey, why did you sleep with your secretary or something? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that works too, yeah.
That's interesting. That is interesting. It's also very interesting because the people who made Half-Life Alyx are like not. They're a studio that Valve bought, right? What did they make before? I can't even remember. But they weren't. It wasn't made by like Valve. It was some company that they bought. So technically they are Valve. But yeah, I don't know.
Right.
The fact that he's like, I don't want to talk about Half-Life, I don't want to talk about Portal, just basically means, yeah, we're working on single-player games, but they have nothing to do with Half-Life or Portal. Which,
It's Valve. Valve made it.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
But they hired some company. I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're working on new IP. I think that's what I take it as.
Campo Santo.
Campo Santo, yeah, Campo Santo. What did they make? Campo Santo.
Campo Santo. They made Firewatch.
Firewatch, that's it. That's the one. They made Firewatch. Yeah.
They made Firewatch, and then Valve bought them and brought them on, and now they did that's Alyx, which I hear is really good.
Yeah. It just has a $1,200 entry point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a whole new computer.
Yeah, I also wonder if this means that they're going to be making more like VR games, or are they going to make like
not.
more standard single player games, or like, and he specifically said single player, didn't he? Because I would be interested in like a new Team Fortress, because man, it's been a long time since we've seen Team Fortress.
Yeah, Team Fortress 3.
Yeah,
or something
Half-Life
like
3.
it.
Yeah,
but it's also interesting. I noticed in this that he's where did it go? He's been living and working in New Zealand since early 2020, and the story behind that is he went on vacation. He was supposed to go on vacation with his family for like 10 days in New Zealand, and then they shut the country down, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna stay here. And
he's become like a local celebrity there too,
yeah,
which is hilarious.
I don't think I'm gonna leave because it's nice here.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna stay here. I think that's really funny. He's like, this is better than America, I think.
Yeah, I've seen him go on different like news talk shows, and like he's like a little celebrity there, which is hilarious.
Awesome. I find that really funny. Just there's a lot of little interesting tidbits in this new story that I
Yeah.
I chuckled at myself while I was reading it.
I think it's cool though. I think it's just nice to hear that Valve is interested in games again, because goddamn, it's been years since they've done anything besides Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
years.
I mean I can't remember the last thing that came out except Left 4 Dead 2. I think was the last thing that I remember them releasing.
Well,
Right?
maybe Counter-Strike Go. When did that come out? That came out
Maybe.
2012. Yeah. And then Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009. Yeah, so I really think Counter-Strike Go was like the last thing.
I believe it.
I got this. Most recent Valve games. Oh yeah, Dota and stuff.
Dota though. Was Dota really?
Well, just like upgrades to Dota.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not a game though.
This is Artifact.
I don't know.
Artifact is a digital collectible card game. Oh right, they made that. They made that
That's right.
fucking yeah. They were trying to capitalize on the Hearthstone thing. I remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. But besides that, really, like nothing.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a stupid long time.
Oh yeah, and they made the lab, which was like a portal thing.
That was like a demo, wasn't it? It was like
Yeah. I mean, it was something,
but I mean like a full-fledged game where it was you have that like intro with the guy with the little valve on his neck and you're like, wow, this is an edgy ass game.
look at how
And then
edgy he is.
look at how edgy it is, and then you're like, oh yeah.
I don't
And
know
it
if this
kinda-
is a video game or a Tool album. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, there's not enough lines for the Tool album. We gotta, yeah.
Well, speaking
Yes.
of some bullshit,
Oh, okay.
Blizzard absorbs Activision Studio after dismantling classic games team. This comes from Jason Schreier at Bloomberg.
It always does. He's our inside man at that place.
I know. God bless you, Jason. Video game publisher Activision Blizzard took another step in consolidating control over Division Blizzard Entertainment, which once took pride in its autonomy, by shifting a 200-person design studio to its ranks. The studio, Vicarious Visions, had been a subsidiary of Activision since 2005 and worked on franchises like Skylanders, Crash Bandicoot, and Tony Hawk. It will now focus entirely on Blizzard's franchises, including Diablo, instead of making its own games. Former Vicarious Visions studio head Jennifer O'Neill will take a seat on Blizzard's leadership team, reporting directly to the president. A Blizzard spokesperson declined to comment on Vicarious Visions' current projects, only confirming that the studio has, quote, been working with Blizzard for some time. So
all that means is there's not going to be another Tony Hawk game.
I don't know if that's what it means necessarily, because I do think Tony Hawk was pretty successful. They may want to capitalize on that, but
it's also Blizzard.
Right. But like Vicarious Vision also did the Crash Bandicoot collection, and they didn't do Crash Bandicoot 4. So I don't think did they? No, they didn't.
No.
So that was Toys for
They
Bob,
also
right?
did Skylanders, and Skylanders got canned by Activision as well.
Right. So like
So
they did
guys have just been
Skylander.
Like, you know what? You guys are doing a good thing. Get out of there. You guys did a good thing. Leave.
Well, the way I see it is, this is Activision more and more trying to take over Blizzard, and like Blizzard, soon it's gonna be just called Activision again. Like it just seems like that's what Activision is, because like the whole idea of the Activision Blizzard merger was we will still be our own thing. Like Blizzard will still be our own thing, but we work with Activision now. And what this looks like to me is Activision is saying that worked for a few years, but you're coming to the dark side now. We're gonna put like our heads over there, and we're pretty soon they're just gonna be a consolidated studio. 100%, which was just a matter of time before this happened, which is why there was so much outrage when the merger happened, because everyone's like, you're just going to ruin Blizzard, which we've seen happen over the years. Like, Blizzard is no longer this beloved company like it was. You know, like Blizzard used to...
for a long time.
But it was really around the Activision Blizzard merger that happened, right? I mean, like, people loved Blizzard, you know, people loved Diablo, people love... Warcraft, you know, like people love these franchises, and then, you know, Activision took over and they're trying more and more to take over Blizzard, and Blizzard becomes more and more predatory all the time, you know, like it or not, like the game or not, Overwatch is fucking predatory game. Like it is, like it just wants your money. Like that's all it wants. It's a fun game, but yeah, that it's got some horrible practices in it, and they
does. It started the loot box trend. I feel like
and
at least on the mainstream level, you know.
Yeah, and Activision took notice of that, and I feel like Activision had a big part in that. So,
oh yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't even think it's a bummer for Vicarious Visions, because I think they're all for it, because they're like, whatever, we get to be like the top dogs over at Blizzard now.
Yeah, they get a raise.
Yeah, and you know, because Vicarious Visions, they did do Skylanders, which went defunct, and then they were just kind of doing remakes and stuff. So like they were kind of like, what do we do with this team? And I think a lot of this also has to do with the horrible remake of Warcraft 3. So maybe they send Vicarious Visions over there to do some Blizzard remakes or something. I don't fucking know, man.
Diablo 2 remake.
People maybe.
Would love that.
Yeah, do some Diablo. Maybe they remake Warcraft again and do it right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Warcraft 2. They're just like, hey, yeah, we'll make Warcraft 2, or we'll make Diablo 2, and then they knock it out of the park, and then Activision goes, okay, you guys need to leave to somewhere else. We'll have another team handle the next one.
Right.
You guys do great work. You're not going to be sticking on that project for very long. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, not a huge fan of the merger between these companies. I'm also just not a huge fan of their stuff. The last Blizzard game that I was like super into was Warcraft 3. Which was, 20 years ago or something.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, Overwatch, maybe. I wasn't really into it. I picked it up. And I'm like, this is a game, but I never got into it. Man. Yeah, what is the last Blizzard game that I remember playing a whole lot of? Warcraft 2. Diablo 3. That was the last one. Diablo 3.
Yeah, Warcraft 3 was 2002.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, I fucking loved that game though. That was my childhood.
It was a good game.
Really good dude, game. But Blizzard was also the company that did Hearthstone. Yeah, like fuck Blizzard, dude. They're the worst.
I mean, that was a good idea, because now everybody's copying that Hearthstone stuff.
Yeah. If only Gwent did it better. They didn't. It's unfortunate.
I like it. I like it still.
I like it too, but it's just not.
It has a huge learning curve. And I think that's...
So does Hearthstone, though, I
don't think so. Hearthstone's just kind of like...
I feel like Gwent's pretty easy, though, too. Like, once you play it a couple times.
But with, like, Hearthstone, I feel like somebody can give you, like, a basic-ass deck, and you go, I get this game. You just kind of throw shit down. And you're like, I get it. Where it's easy to learn, hard to master. Whereas like Gwent is hard to learn, hard to master. It's kind of like
it's just a hard game. I don't know. I feel like you play Gwent like twice, and you're like, okay, I get it.
Then you have to know how like each commander is in Gwent, and if you don't, then you have a huge disadvantage. It's like, oh, this commander can do this, and if you're not expecting it, then you're screwed for one of the rounds, and you're like, oh, okay, well, just busted my ass wide open. But yeah.
So this brings me to the newest segment of the show. Okay, sound the air horn. Where the fuck is Factions? Where is it?
Faction Watch.
It's Faction Watch. Faction Watch 2021. Where's Factions?
Still not here.
Still not here? No new news.
We need no new news. Neil Druckmann hasn't come out. He did say, and I still remember this tweet. He's like, that news you guys been looking for during Outbreak Day. You remember that? He's like, that news that we were supposed to announce, and you guys know what the news is. You just gotta wait a little bit longer. Well, Druckmann, it's been like 4 months. It's almost been half a year already. Where is this news that we are all waiting for, that we all know? Where's Factions?
Where is it? And there's like no new news. Like, I'm so confused. Also, while we're on the topic of this, I might as well bring it up. Uncharted, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Starring Spider-Man.
Not Tom Holland, but Spider-Man. Well, it is Tom Holland, and Tom Holland plays Spider-Man and Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
In the new Uncharted. Yeah. It's a crossover episode.
Yeah, he plays both characters. Nathan Drake is actually Spider-Man. But that movie has officially been pushed to next year, so 2022. Yep. So
it's gonna be a bad movie.
We've been waiting on this movie for probably 10 years now. Like, it's been a long time that they've been saying they're gonna make this. But they have actually started shooting it. I do believe that this movie would have come out were it not for the old COVID, I do actually. I believe their trajectory is like actually in motion now.
Yeah.
Hey, fancy seeing you here. So something funny happened during this episode. My computer just pooped out. We had a nice long conversation about The Last of Us, actually, The Last of Us HBO show, but it's lost to the ether. It's gone. It's gone forever now. So you'll just have to live your whole life knowing we had that conversation and you'll never hear it. I know it's sad, but what are you gonna do? So this is the world we live in now. The episode's ruined, but we had a pretty decent sized episode before all that. So make sure you check us out live. Every Monday. We record the show live now every Monday on twitch.tv/lonercast. So if you want to write in live between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific time, that's usually when we're recording. So come over and check out the Loner Gamecast live over on Twitch. And also don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Everyone watching on every other platform, make sure you leave a review or whatever you do on those platforms. I appreciate you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you.